Hello everyone, this video goes through the story of GTA 5. 9 years ago, during the winter, a small bank was robbed in a rural Rudendorf, North Yankton. 3 robbers, Michael, Trevor, and Brad, are busy taking the bank's assets. What should have been an easy hit turns into chaos, as police forces attempt to stop them from leaving the area with the goods. A 4th robber driving a getaway vehicle is killed during escape, and the others find themselves in dire straits down the road after crashing at a farm. Although they lost the heat, a sniper injures Brad and Michael while Trevor finds cover to take on the next wave of police. Trevor eventually flees into the snowy field, leaving behind Michael and Brad. Sometimes later at a graveyard, a fake funeral is being held for Michael, and the sniper is among the mourners. In present-day Los Santos, Michael frequents a psychiatrist's office to discuss his crumbling family. He is now in witness protection under the FIB, who moved him and his family to LS under a sweet deal in exchange for his help in North Yankton. Outside the office, he chats briefly with 2 young gangbangers named Franklin and Lamar, who are looking for a house. These 2 repossess vehicles for a car dealer named Simeon, who uses shady business practices to ensure customers cannot keep up with payments. Although Franklin and Lamar are close to Simeon, their dreams of leaving the ghetto and street gang life drive them to begin stealing from him. During a routine repossession, Franklin finds himself taking a car from Michael, who has stowed away in a rear seat. Michael takes a liking to Franklin's do-what-I'm-told attitude and offers to have a drink in the future after he wrecks Simeon's business. Now employed, Franklin takes up Michael on his offer of a drink. After saving Michael's son from trouble, Michael takes Franklin under his wing. One day, Michael catches his wife's tennis coach with little clothing on and chases him to a Vinewood Hills home. With help from Franklin, Michael destroys half of the house and heads home only to find out the coach was actually hiding at the home of another client, whose husband is a powerful gang leader named Martin Madrazo. He confronts Michael and makes sure the damage will be paid for. Michael contacts an old friend named Lester, who sets up a heist at a jewelry store. Michael, Franklin, and others successfully makes off with the jewels and lay low for a while. Heading out to the deserts of Blaine County, Trevor is also still alive and a leading meth dealer at war against the Lost MC who inhabit neighboring areas. Trevor figures out that Michael was behind the jewelry heist, and they decide to travel to Los Santos to find his old pal, who he thought was dead. Before leaving for the city, Trevor attempts to make friends with Chinese mobsters and eradicates the remaining Lost MC members, as well as rival meth dealer named O'Neill's. Trevor leaves behind his right-hand man named Ron to oversee the business, and takes with him a fearful follower named Wade, who has a cousin Floyd in Los Santos. Trevor takes over Floyd's apartment as his base of operations in the city. Trevor reunites with a surprised Michael, and the 2 attempt to catch up in between the chaos of Michael's life. Family issues aside, Michael's employees do not sit well with the FIB agents, who gave Michael his deal, and they force him to help cover their tracks, as well as help the FIB against their rival government agency, the IAA. Michael, Franklin, and eventually Trevor are brought in to help while keeping Michael's deal a secret. With his return to crime, Michael's family moves out for a while. Franklin continues to find more upscale criminal activities by doing extra work for Lester, who needs high-profile targets taken out. Funds acquired lead Franklin to residing in a Vinewood Hills mansion bought by Lester, a step closer to the high life, but Franklin still finds himself involved with street gang hustling led by Lamar. Meanwhile, Trevor expands his business by stealing an experimental weapon from the government security contractor company Merryweather. All is well until Lester forces Trevor to return it before they all end up at the top of the kill list. While acquiring persons of interest and funds for the FIB, the protagonists are introduced to the wealthy and powerful Devin Weston. He makes a deal that gets Michael, who loves movies, into the Reachers Manchester studio with producer Solomon Richards in exchange for Weston getting his hands on some rare cars with the help of Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. The studio isn't short of his own problem that Michael needs to help Solomon resolve. Madrazo also contacts Michael since he needs help taking on a cousin that will testify in court against him with some files as evidence. Michael and Trevor succeed, but upon returning an incriminating file to Madrazo, Trevor kidnaps Madrazo's wife and forms a relationship with her. Both Michael and Trevor flee to Blaine County to hide from Madrazo. Back at home, Trevor continues his business, including stealing from Meriwether. While they hide out in the desert, the FIB once again needs some extra funds for a raid on a lab used by the IAA and enlist Michael and Trevor to get money. They turn to Lester, who sets up a small bank robbery in the countryside. Franklin joins his friends, and they pull off the heist, which is in no way as easy as they had thought. While stealing more items from Meriwether, Trevor and Michael find something of value that should set things straight with Madrazo, provided Trevor breaks his relationship with his wife and willingly returns her. Michael also promises Trevor that they will do a huge heist at Union Depository in Los Santos. Michael, Trevor, and Franklin help the FIB to raid the laboratory, and afterwards, Trevor returns Madrazo's wife. Michael and Trevor safely return to Los Santos. While Michael goes back to his empty house, Trevor moves his Los Santos base of operations into a strip club. Lester and the protagonists begin planning the Union Depository heist, but before they can move forward, Trevor figures out a disturbing truth that he needs to confirm. Trevor travels back to North Yankton and digs up Michael's grave to find a brass body below. Michael tries to explain without actually admitting the deal they made before the bank robbery 9 years ago. The standoff in the graveyard is interrupted by Chinese gangsters who manage to capture Michael, but Trevor escapes. They hold Michael hostage, thinking he is Trevor's lover, but Trevor would rather they kill Michael. With Michael incapacitated, Trevor, Franklin, and Lamar finish delivering Weston's rare cars. But instead of a prompt payment, they are told the money is being invested for them instead, and are given out overtime. This doesn't sit well with Franklin, who speaks with Lester to try and locate Michael, who knows Weston better. Lester helps Franklin track Michael's phone to a warehouse in Los Santos. Franklin kicks off the Chinese gangsters to free Michael. The heat is getting hotter for the FIB agents, and they need help one last time. Michael, Franklin, and the others raided the FIB building to steal information from their computers. The raid is a success, but Michael still needs to discuss Trevor's adventures with Meriwether to the agents at a later time. First, Michael needs to get his family back, and then help to finish the movie he has helped create with Solomon Richards. Unfortunately, Weston plans to cancel production and rake in insurance money for the investors, including himself. The studio will also be turned into a condo development. Michael's passion for his movie leads him on a chase to get to the film reel, which ends with the death of Weston's assistant. This angers Weston, the movie is saved, and Michael turns his attention back to FIB. During a meeting at an art center, the rest of the FIB, as well as the IAA and Meriwether, all intervene. A huge shootout ensues, but Michael and his agent survive, thanks in part to Trevor, who joins the fight. Trevor and Michael make up and agree to the big heist. While things shape up on a front, Franklin is informed that Lamar has been captured by a rival street gang in the countryside. Franklin, Michael, and Trevor help free Lamar and return him to Los Santos. While leaving Lamar's house, the FIB agents confront Franklin and tell him that he needs to take out Trevor. They will tell him when. Michael goes to the premiere of his movie, but Weston has Meriwether raid his house and capture his family. Michael retakes his house with force and moves his family away for the time being, with friends and family safe. The protagonists move ahead with the big heist at Union Depository. The LSPD and Meriwether put up a good fight, but the heist is a success. All seems well until Weston shows up at Franklin's house. He wants Franklin to kill Michael. However, Franklin chooses to tell Michael and Trevor about all the plots of FIB and Weston. They withstand the onslaught from FIB and Meriwether before going to kill Weston. The three protagonists cease working together, but remain friends.